Peace, everybody. Welcome back. Excuse me, to the Black Only News and Entertainment Network. So I'm back with a second video here about Aquarius Wave. Aquarius Wave did a live stream yesterday about Jasmine Crockett. He was calling Jasmine Crockett ratchet and saying that she's fake ghetto and all of this stuff, right? This is like the fourth brother I seen do this same type of video or live stream against Jasmine Crockett, and they all use the same videos about Jasmine Crockett. So I'm wondering if these people are all agents. They're all against Jasmine Crockett, and they're putting out misinformation about Jasmine Crockett. But I want to show you guys something about this dude, Aquarius Wave, and then I'm going to ask you guys a question, and this question is directed mainly towards to Aquarius Wave here. But if anybody can answer it, please do so in the comment section. But let's get into this video that this dude Aquarius Wave did about Jasmine Crockett.
Unlikable, all the snapping and popping of the neck and the rolling of the eyes and the attitude and just the ratchet energy that she gives off is nowhere to be found in this clip. Nowhere to be found. Now let's get into it so y'all can see this for yourselves.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. No one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now it looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need. Listen, he up there, he's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't.
Now you may see that and think to yourself that she is simply engaging in a little bit of code switching, right?
No, I don't call it code switching. She's in two different venues, two different arenas. One, she's having a sit down with a couple of people doing an interview. There's decorum to be had. Then in the other one video that you showed, she was in a crowd of people and she was speaking on certain issues that she felt she had to to make sure that it was very colorful so people don't understand where she's coming from. That's what it is. She didn't code switch. She's just in two different arenas. One is a sit down interview. The other one isn't. The other one, the second one there that you played, is a more laid back, more she can be herself type of vibe.
Done it. We've all gone into, the job or in front of clients or whatever it may be and put on a very different accent. And then you're around the family and you put on, a different accent.
Well, then, brother, if you said you've done that, then you must be fake as well, then. Then right now, I'm guessing you're being fake right now here on the screen here with trying to be all white, right? Trying to be white sounding, white acting, a white apologist. Is that what you're doing right now, brother? Are you being fake on the screen? Because you said we've all done it, right? So then you must be being fake on the screen.
And I used to have more leeway for things such as code switching. I used to think to myself, oh, there's no harm done. But in truth, it is lying. It is disingenuous. It is pretend. And I would ask myself, why is it that you feel you have to play a role for one group as opposed to the other, right?
Well, why have you done it? Why are you playing this role now? Because I've checked out your videos from earlier when you first started here on YouTube, and it was nothing like the videos that you're doing now, brother. You code switched, I guess, because you were talking about relationships, you were talking about self-respect, you were talking about self-love, you were talking about healing. Now you're talking about black women, such as Jasmine Crockett or Kamala Harris. That's what you're talking about now. But 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, your whole act was different. So I think you're lying right now. I think what you're doing right now is grifting. That's what I believe.
Now, when it comes to politicians, most of them will look to pander to an audience, which is something else I don't think is genuine. When I saw
Right. So again, we know that's what you're doing right now. You're pandering to the white people in your audience. Because what you're talking about now, brother, you only started talking about 7 months ago. You started talking about this during the election or during the pre-election. That's what you. That's because before then you weren't talking. You didn't have no. You didn't have nothing about politics on your channel until 7 months ago. And now all of a sudden you're talking about black people and black women. Jasmine Crockett and Kamala Harris. You're like these other grifters, Officer Tatum, Clan Disowens, Milk Dud Head, Shoeshine Boy, Anton Daniels. All you motherfuckers are just grifting, and you're using black women to do so to make money. 7 months ago, you weren't talking about this. You're talking about how if you're feeling sorry for yourself, what you need to do to get out of that depression, or relationships. What happens when a relationship break down? That's what you were talking about 7 months ago. Now all of a sudden your whole attitude, your whole everything about you have changed, and now you're talking about black women.
Skamala up there scamming the folks into believing she was a quote unquote black woman. And so she put on the "you better thank a union member," right? She talk about why.
You see what I'm saying? Now Kamala is not a black woman. And it's already been proven that she is. So again, this dude, just like the rest of them, the rest of these grifters, are just out here making up lies. But let me show you guys something, because I want to know why. Let me drop this clown from the screen. I want to know one thing. This is the question that I wanted to ask everybody in the chat, and this is the question I want to ask this clown here on the screen, or who was on the screen, Aquarius Way. I want you to answer this question for me right quick, Aquarius. Tell me why you didn't bring up this story, because I'm quite curious as to know. This is one of Trump's pit bulls. This is Lauren Boebert.
Boebert. Say it 3 times and she appears in security video from a weekend performance of Beetlejuice, where the congresswoman was kicked out of the theater for being disruptive. The DCPA says she was vaping. Boebert's team denied that, said the haze was from fog machines in the show. That claim goes up in smoke when you see the video. The pregnant woman sitting behind Boebert told the Denver Post she asked her to stop vaping, and Boebert refused. Her one-woman show continued, taking flash photos, raising her hands and dancing, often the only one clapping or standing up in the crowd. Boebert occasionally took a break from being disruptive to enjoy the company of her male companion. He briefly had a grasp on the situation before ushers returned and told Boebert she had to leave. The theater's incident report says Boebert pulled the "Don't you know who I am" card on the way out, appearing to give theater employees the single-finger salute.
Now, why isn't he talking about Lauren Boebert and this act that she had going on in the movie theater? Because had it been Jasmine Crockett, you best believe he would have brought that up. And that's Lauren Boebert, one of Trump's appointees. Let's go on to the next one here. See what this one's got going on here. This is my favorite one here. OMTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You talking about a hood rat? This chick here is trailer trash um, times 10. So let's get into Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Turning now to exclusive new details obtained by DailyMail.com, revealing allegations that controversial QAnon Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene openly cheated on her husband of 25 years with a polyamorous tantric sex guru, and then had another affair with the manager at her gym. Reporter Kayla Brantley is joining us now from New Jersey with details of this story. And Kayla, these are really damning and explosive details about Greene's sex life. What do we know about the relationships in general, and what are the men involved saying?
So, Thomas, apparently Marjorie Taylor Greene's affairs were a known secret, with one man who worked closely with her telling us, quote, everyone who moved in her circles knew about both of the affairs. The relationships are said to have taken place long before her career in Congress, about a decade ago when she was working at gyms in Alpharetta, Georgia. Craig Ivey, the tantric sex guru that Taylor Greene allegedly slept with, did not deny the affair when asked, but simply said, quote, I will not respond to anything about this. However, Justin T-Way, the gym manager she allegedly moved on to after her relationship with Ivy fizzled out, told us, quote, I have no interest in talking about anything to do with that woman. Everything with her comes to no good.
Wow, so we reached out to Marjorie Taylor Greene's spokesperson. They did not respond to our request for comment by airtime, but it appears Marjorie and her husband, Perry Greene, have put the infidelity behind them. Now, the couple, they've been married since 1995. They share 3 kids together. Kayla Brantley, keep us posted on this one. We appreciate it. Kayla Brantley reporting for us. Thank you.
These affairs that Marjorie Taylor Greene had was before she made it into Congress. 2 years, that was 4 years ago. 2 years ago, her and her husband divorced. But wait, there's more. I got one more I want to show you guys. And I want to know why this clown Aquarius has not pulled up and made a story about, right? He talks about the black woman, but why isn't he talking about these Beckys? Let's get into a look at this one here. This is Kristi Noem.
MAGA stars have been having an affair for years, and it's been an open secret, but now confirmed according to multiple reports. Now, who cares? Why would we do this story? However, when it comes to anyone else, especially the left, Democrats, progressives, anyone who isn't themselves wanting to live their own lives, love who they want to love, dress how they want to dress, identify how they want to identify, man, does MAGA and the right have a lot of things to moralize on. But when it comes to them, they can do whatever they want. So who is this? Well, it's married South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, 51 years old, who stresses her belief in family values, and Trump advisor Corey Lewandowski, who is, also married, and they began carrying on in 2019, if not before. And again, this is according to the Daily Mail and the New York Post. There they are together. This is one of, it turns out, many, dozens of photos they have together. We didn't collect them all for you. You can go look at them if you want. Again, I just want to say, this is Daily Mail and the New York Post. Obviously a little trashy, that's why they're covering an affair like this, but I'm just, full disclosure. The Daily Mail investigation has uncovered extensive evidence of the couple's romantic relationship, dozens of trips that mix business with pleasure, flights on donors' private planes, stays at luxury resorts where their intimacy was observed and noted. This is according to a staffer of Noem's. We often had no idea where she was, or if she was even in state or out of state. She would simply disappear. And then in 2019, this is sort of when it seems to have begun. Corey Lewandowski was a key advisor to Noem, and the pair went on a deep sea fishing trip hosted by the late conservative billionaire and GOP megadonor Foster Friess, who, along with his wife Lynn, ranked among Noem's top political and financial supporters. And then again on the 2020 Trump campaign trail, it seems like their relationship was just out in the open. Everyone knew about it. And only recently, Lewandowski's even been lobbying Trump to make Kristi Noem his running mate in 2024. Just so we all know, Christine Ohm is married. She has 3 children with her husband, Byron. They've been married for 30 years. Corey Lewandowski also is married to actually a 9/11 widow named Allison Hardy, and in 2005, and has 4 children, and did not respond to requests for comment. But before we go on,
So I would like to know, with all of these women, these white women who are having these affairs and are out there cheating on their husbands, having sex in movie theaters and going on trips, why isn't these dudes like Aquarius, Anton Daniels, and the rest of these MAGA morons, why aren't they covering that? That seems to be a whole bigger scandal than Jasmine Crockett using a few cuss words here and there. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene, that trailer trash, she uses cuss words all the time. She can't even do an interview, or she can't even ask for questions to a UK reporter without going off on the UK reporter. Yet we got this clown worrying about Jasmine Crockett and calling her a ghetto queen. Anyway, guys, man, these people are pathetic, man. And this dude, Aquarius Wave, he's one of the biggest clowns here on YouTube when it comes to these MAGA nuts. Anyway, guys, again, I want to thank you all for coming back to the Black Only News and Entertainment Network. Peace, take care, and be safe.